Choso Itadori. It's not his official name, but as the finest big brother one could ever ask for, he's earned that Itadori title.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open a window.
I was a terror since the public school era. Bathroom passes, cutting classes, squeezing asses. Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. A chubby nigga on the scene.
Choso, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated characters within Jujutsu Kaisen, and he sits quite comfortably within my top 5 characters within the series. He has gained a cult following over the years of Jujutsu Kaisen, and it is mostly hentai enjoys just swooning over his looks, which, you know. But I'm here to present you with another alternative, Choso's character development. And it is one of the best that JJK has put to the pages of Jujutsu Kaisen, and here's why. You see, since we've met Choso, he was in line with the disaster cases and Kenjaku, ergo, a villain. And we're not sure entirely how he ended up in league with Kenjaku, but I would imagine it's to do with Kenjaku sort of creating them and then manipulating them into his side. And this manipulation led both Iso and Kechizo to go and fight Yuji and Nobara, and ultimately they ended up losing their lives within this fight. And in a twisted sense of fate, that very same person turned out to be none other than his brother. And Choso, rightfully so, was angry at this point. And here, where in my opinion is one of the best fights of the series, happens. Yuji versus Choso.
Itadori Yuji, 弟の敵。
Yuji vs Choso is not only a stunning fight, but it carries with it a lot of weight and depth. For a start, Choso seeks to kill Yuji for killing his brothers, but in doing so, Choso unknowingly is trying to also kill his own little brother. And that is something that Choso is, to him, it's completely taboo. Choso lives and literally dies for his brothers. That is his entire purpose. However, on the flip side of this, we have Yuji, who stands to fight against Choso, not knowing that he is not only fighting against the brother, but also fighting against someone who is going to become incredibly important to him within the future. Once again, when you deep dive this entire fight, Kenjaku kind of stands at the center of this. Had Kenjaku not essentially manipulated Choso into fighting or sending his brothers out to fight them, they would have never come to this circumstance here. However, upon Yuji being fatally wounded, or even killed, should I say, Choso realizes instantly what he has done, and everything becomes clear to him. Choso had not only just laid hands upon his little brother, he'd hurt him fatally. And on top of this, Choso recognizes that Yuji fought unknowingly against his own brothers and killed them, and this absolutely breaks Choso down. And thus JJK, taken from us here, he took a villain who was outright just a villain. He was killing humans left, right, and center, to someone who we can now sympathize with in one fight. And it doesn't just stop here. It's from this point on that Choso decides that his entire life now will be to protect Yuji and help him. And so he does. He ends up joining Jujutsu High, and he helps them in their fight against Kenjaku's own father, his own monstrous father, I might add, in order to help Yuji. And this, in my eyes, leads us to the defining moment for Choso as a character, his fight against Kenjaku and his talk with Yuji. While this is, to me, the resultant plethora of small little things that Choso has done over the series, but this one right here marks the pinnacle of his character development, if I'm honest. And for the first time ever, we see Choso fighting for the greater good, staying behind with Yuki in order to help defend Tengen, and he's confronted by Kenjaku, who tries to just simply belittle him and berate him and call him a failure. The very man who created and manipulated him into all of this is now standing before him and calls him a failure. All Choso ever wanted to do was be a good big brother. And it's in this moment right here. This is where he succeeds. During this fight with Kenjaku, Choso's mind and internal monologue is drawn to Yuji's safety multiple times. Even fighting for his own life, Choso's thoughts stayed on Yuji and even motivated him to keep going. And all while this is all happening, we are shown a conversation that is happening between himself and Yuki as a flashback, where Choso has punished himself for choosing to live as a curse. And the disposition of the curse womb death paintings here is that they're essentially both human and curse in a way. I mean, one of his brothers took a more cursed form, the other took a more human with cursed traits, and then Choso just looks like a human, and as the same for Yuji. Kechizu and Iso, they couldn't live as humans because of their appearance, but Choso could. Choso chose to live as a curse instead, and instead of this, he ended up leaving Yuji behind as a human. And again, this all stems back to Kenjaku's manipulation of Choso. Had Kenjaku not manipulated Choso into sending his brothers after Yuji, Choso wouldn't have had to make the choice of living as a curse. But the pinnacle for me right here, personally, of Choso's character development, it's this line right here. Choso, you died right here as a curse. Now you can live this time as a human. And that right there is the moment Choso transcended the pages for me. This dude started the series as a villain, and now as it stands currently, has left us as one of the most underrated characters within the series, in my opinion. Choso's final moments in this series were to die as a human, protecting his little brother and fulfilling the only thing that he ever wanted to do, and that was to be a good big brother. Anyways, that is everything from me. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. Give me your top 5 characters, actually. I want to hear them. Also, check out this video right here for 6 manga recommendations on JJK. You should go check that out. Anyway, go drink some fucking water. Go tell someone you love them. And as always, I will catch you guys all in the next one. Much fucking love. Big fucking kisses. Peace.